Your crown is heavy, so your mind cannot be weak. The journey is long, so you must enable strong feet. God, love, and brotherhood is on the journey you seek. But it's not that simple, because this world is full of deceit. Too much lies on your mind, so you tend not to speak. This tends to force lonesome stress, which then make you weak. We only go through what we endure to create moments to teach. But every man then has a choice, suffer in silence or speak. Yo, welcome back to Patriarch Talk. This is now episode 2. Got my main man here with me at West_way. You know the deal, don't follow him.
Do not follow me.
Right? Episode 2, High Value Man, right? The family growing. We got more people in the studio with us. We got my boy at Ken Dog in the building, you feel me?
Ken Dog.
Protein Poppy here. As always, Leah Shantae, I thank you for coming. Wonderlux.
Leah fine ass is in here, y'all.
And my boy, the man behind the lens, Chase motherfucking Da Vinci. Hey, y'all go to my boy with all your needs, man. All right. Episode 2, y'all. Here we go. How about you, man? Wes, how you feeling today?
I'm good, man. I'm good, KK nigga. No, I'm playing. I'm good. All right, we can beat that out. I'm sorry. I'm a behave.
But yeah, here we are, y'all. The topic for today, for episode 2, is
High value man.
High value man.
High value man.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, JoJo. We had this discussion before, right? And I know it's in, as far as with the culture, it's been, going around a lot. What do you think a high value man is? In your definition, in your terms. And the second part to that question, are you a high value man?
I'm going to break it down like this, right? Socially, on this Instagram, Twitter, everything, all that stuff, right? A high value man is a man that makes X amount of dollars. You understand?
In modern terms, modern day terms, a high value man is
modern day terms. A high value man is a man that makes well over six figures, or makes over 6 figures, regardless, right?
True.
Cool, right? But if you ask me what a high value man is, it's not just your money alone. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
If me making 6 figures accounts me as a high value man, mind you, I make 6 figures, right?
Right.
I don't think that doesn't account to my value. My money doesn't count to my value. That's a part of my value. That's not truly my value, right?
Interesting.
So now what I think about when I think about a high value man, it's more so of your character. You understand what I'm saying? The principles that you build yourself upon to get to where you are, right?
Okay.
I mean, 6 figures is 6 figures, cool, right? Like, congratulations to you, right? But can you make 6 figures and treat the janitor the same way you treat a celebrity? You understand what I'm saying? Can you make 6 figures and treat people with the respect that they should have and deserve just because they are people, period, right?
Okay.
So when it comes to being a high value man, I don't want to necessarily deem that term to me because it just equates to my money, and I'm more than my money. You understand what I'm saying? Due to the fact that I had to put in work to get to my money, which means I had to learn things along the way to add on to my character to get there. You understand what I'm saying? Prime example, talking to people, leadership, learning how to work in an environment or a space that can put me in a successful spot. Because it's not easy, right? Getting to 6 figures, right? But you got to do certain things to get you there. And that all attributes to your character and who you are as a person. So
correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So you're saying a high value man, more so you're focusing on non-tangible things.
Non-tangible.
Humor, empathy, tolerance.
Yes.
Compassion, character, principles.
And those are the things that can't be bought. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't want to be called a high value man. Matter of fact, I want to be an infinite man, right? God made us infinitely. You understand what I'm saying? There is, when you say high value, you cap. Cap because money caps, right?
Right.
But I can tell you what everybody don't got. Everybody don't know how to be know how to empathize. Everybody can't sympathize. Everybody can't be generous. Everybody can't be nice. Those things you got to work on in your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Those things money can't buy that. I'm sorry.
Money can't buy generosity.
So how do you, if a woman is, all right, can you, number one, can you blame a woman if she's looking for a high value man and that's all she has to go out for? If her father wasn't in her life and she watched, her mom take care of the family, can you blame her for wanting a man that is, financially stable? If that's all, if she doesn't have the finances or whatnot, she really doesn't pay attention to like the characteristics of a man. Can you blame her for that or wanting that?
I can't blame her for wanting that, but she got to understand that there is more to a man than just his money. You understand what I'm saying? There is more to a man than him spending whatever X amount of money on you. You understand? And also, you're worth more than that. You're worth more than money, right? Like I tell you, money has an end, right? It has an end. It caps, right? But who you are as a person, genuinely, I don't think you could put a number on that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At all. So when I think of high value man, especially like the man I'm trying to be or pursuing to be, I want my character to be valued more than my assets and things like that. Don't get me wrong, like, guys, you out here making this money. I just don't want us to get confused because you're a high value man, you feel as if like, oh, I'm a leader. No, that don't make you a leader.
Okay.
You just a man with money. You understand what I'm saying? Leadership is a skill.
Mm.
Leadership is and it also can be a gift. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's some people on this earth that can naturally lead. That's a God-given ability. You understand what I'm saying? To lead. But I feel like some guys, they just feel like, oh, money brings me power. And to an extent,
it does. It really does.
It does, right? But at the end of the day, it's just like what man you want to be. Because I'm telling you, bro, I feel like money ain't gonna always be there, bro. And it's capped. It's valued. Like,
but for the women that do want to just stick around for money, what do you say to women that can deal with all of the craziness that goes behind like a man that has money and power? Like, for instance, a Diddy. Like a Diddy. That man, he has a lot of money. Because to me, my grandma always told me, your level of urgency will always dictate what you're willing to tolerate. Your level of urgency will always dictate what you're willing to tolerate. So if you really, really want something, you'll tolerate you might tolerate getting pissed on, if you ask some R. Kelly victims, I don't know. But, because we come from, if we look at our culture, a lot of people from our culture, we come from humble backgrounds. So,
100%.
A lot of individuals ain't really worried about what your principles or your morals are. They just want to survive. People are trying to survive. So
gotta change the mindset though, and I feel you on that, right? Everybody out here trying to survive, but what things are you willing to do to survive says a lot about you. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I feel like character. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I truly think that I could tell you what messed up the game for us is
COVID.
COVID. Nah, I'm gonna say this, bro. Lame niggas start making money, bro.
COVID.
Lame niggas start making money, bro. Due to the fact that we talking about the dudes that, and I'm not trying to I ain't got nothing against them or nothing like that, right? But they lead with their money. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Men put their confidence in different things. Some put their confidence in humor, right? If I can continue to make her laugh,
true,
I can get her to like me. Some put their confidence in how they look. Right. Some dudes walk in a place and like, I know I look good. Right. She gonna dig me. Right.
Yeah.
Some put their confidence in their money. You understand what I'm saying? And I personally feel like it should be a balance of both. But what I mean is when lame niggas start making money, they start using their money to buy love, or buy love that they think is love. You understand what I'm saying?
Dirty macking. That's what we call it.
Dirty macking.
Dirty
right?
macking.
So they getting the money to, dang, if I make this amount of money, I can always get the girl I wanted. You understand what I'm saying?
True.
But deep down, it's like, is that true to the girl you wanted? Is that true to the girl actually that's meant for you? You understand what I'm saying? Can she provide for your needs the way you want her to? 9 times out of 10, a lot of dudes, they just want trophy women. You understand? She just look good with me or look good on my side. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like lame niggas started making money, and it now we're bonding to this culture of I ain't gonna say that.
So do you adapt to what the modern day woman wants now?
Nah, no.
But how do you win if you don't adapt?
You win by being yourself, man. You win by. See, here's the thing though. With me, I don't need all the women. I don't need a lot of women.
Okay.
I need my woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like the one that's like meant for me to help me go on my journey. A helpmate. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know me fairly well, bro. A lot of things, you know me, but I don't do nothing for women, bro. Not in the sense of like, of course I cater to them and everything like that. But
you're
I
not
don't
tricking.
I'm not. You feel me? Like I'm
tricking.
I'm literally
Big trick.
Trick.
If I like you, I'm tricking. Give me the treat. Do you hear me?
Silly rabbit.
Silly rabbit. Jokes on you. Got the
But what I'm saying all that to say this, man, to the young guys that's I watching the show, man, like your strength is in you and it's not on you. That's a big difference.
Can we bag that?
Y'all, we bagging that?
Can we bag that?
We bagging that?
Bag that. Woo! I like that. Bag that. We got a pen?
We got a pen?
Studio, we got a pen? Like, yeah, we got to bag that. I like that. Your strength is what?
Your strength is in you. It's not on you. It don't matter how much stuff you can put on you. You could put yourself in a bust down. You could get some chains on you, whatever it may be. Yeah. But if you're a lame, you're always going to be a lame.
If you got money, if you're a lame before the money, you're just going to be a lame with money.
That's it.
I like that.
That's it. Until you start doing the work on the inside of you that will make you rich. And that's those intangibles, right? Those are those things that you just can't buy, right?
Okay.
Which is true, genuine, organic love. You understand what I'm saying? True, genuine, organic people around you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can't fake that. You can't buy that. So, fellas, remember this, man. Your strength is always in you and it's not on you. Right?
So, tell me this. For the young males, right, before we get off this topic, you got a young male. He just graduated college. He's into his career. He got his life together, right? And he's, has his own place, has a girlfriend. He's always, providing. He makes that 6 figures that you're talking about, right? And then he turns around and he turns around and he loses it all, right? He loses his job for whatever reason. He gets in a rut. And now the responsibility falls on the woman to kind of, help him out, whatever. Is he still considered a high value man? Or what kind of advice would you have to, men that go through that type? Because that happens, right?
It 100% happens, right? But let me tell you something. Once it's in your character, if you lose it, you can always get it back. That's what if
you did 67 applications and you didn't try to apply to McDonald's. You got a master's degree. You ain't got no job. What is he still a high value man?
He's still a high value man due to what's inside of him. Due to him believing in himself. I know this shit fucked up now, but I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be transparent. That was me coming out of college, right? Thinking like, oh, I got this degree now. I'm about to go, you understand what I'm saying? Make all this money, do all this, doing that. Bro, for 6 months, I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
For 6 months, I was fighting depression. For 6 months, I had anxiety.
I remember
For 6 months, I'm sitting here asking God, what is going on? I was just in college thriving, doing all this stuff. What? Alpha, Mr. Senior, like just doing all this stuff. I'm like, I did it right. What are you talking about? What's going on? Right?
Right.
And it got to a point where I was ready to give up. Right? I was like, man, forget this, man. I was thinking, you understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking about suicide. You understand what I'm saying? And then, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the testimony while we're here, right? So, after I graduated in 2017, I was coming off this high from college where I'm like, assuming that all the success I had in college, it was just gonna transfer over into my adult life, right? Right. But I had a wake-up call, right? I had the guts to leave the city of Miami, Florida, where I grew up at. And I was like, I want to live in Atlanta. due to the fact that something was always drawing me to Atlanta. I was like, this is where I will lay my foundation. This is where I will do this. I will do that. Similar to Abraham, right? You understand what I'm saying? Leave what he knew, right? And God was like, hey, I'm going to take you somewhere else, right?
Right.
And I'm going to let you build from there.
You'll be a leader of many nations.
You'll be a leader of many nations. Like the stars can't even count how many. You understand what I'm saying? So I move out here thinking like I'm about to get a job. I'm about to make this money. I'm about to have fun. No. It was like it was like you about to sit down, right? Yeah, you keep applying for jobs. Don't care. Oh yeah, you keep going to the last interview. Yeah, we sorry to inform you. You what? Thought y'all liked me, right? So cool. Guys like, nah, sit down. 6 months. Me and you. And at this point in time in my life, I had to, I'll say this. I had to stop due to the fact that I tried to bury my grief with my mother, right?
Right.
With my success, with my work. If I kept working, I don't have to deal with the thought of me like missing my mom and everything like that, or deal with the death of my mom, period, right? So God sits me down like, no, 6 months, cool. Boom. Worst 6 months of my life. Terrible relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Not getting the support I needed, right? And I get to a point to where everything feel like it's falling apart. And I remember this clear as day. The house, I be at all the time.
Yeah.
My sister, one day I'm on the floor. I'm like, God, I can't do this no more. I'm done, right? And I was considering taking my life. And God comes and tells me, I kid you not. First off, when you're going through depression and anxiety, you don't think good thoughts. You don't hear good thoughts. But this one voice comes to me and tells me, if you stop here, you will never get to the things that I have for you. And I sat there and I was just like, it was like that little bit of encouragement that I needed to where I locked in with God. And I was like, you know what? All right. I'm like, God, whatever it is we got to do, let's do it. And I'm down. Like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I just trust this process. You understand what I'm saying? So then, like, literally, I just, like, locked in, got back in school, started doing the military stuff, like, realigning.
Yeah, you did a 180. I was like, you did a 180.
You feel me? Like, realigning my life to see the success that I'm walking in today. But it was, like, literally God with that voice telling me, like, yo, don't stop here. Because if you stop here, like, I promise you, I got something for you, man. Like, I got you, right? But if you stop, you will never get there. And
so
it was like,
because of your mindset, you were still a high value. It was in you. It wasn't on you.
Exactly. And that's what I mean, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
It's what's in me, right? And then, like, let's being real, like, God is within us. You understand? So His Spirit is in us.
I like
right?
that.
Yeah. So, but going back to answer your, like, question fully, right? If you can do it once, you can do it again.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, billionaires, millionaires, whatever, you truly test your character, right? When you lose it all, right? But it's just like, you didn't lose it all because you didn't even gain it all because you had money. You gained it all because what was inside of you was like, okay, I got a dream. This is what I want to do. I'm going to push towards that, right?
Right.
Lose it. You just go back to the basis of what you were doing. Oh, you had a dream. You realigned yourself. You put your goals in front of you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what got you. The process gets you to success. It's not the success itself. You understand what I'm saying? It's what's in the process. And the process is really what makes you. That's why I'd rather have the process than the success. And this is what I learned even with my degree, right? When it was like, well, I got this degree now, like, this should grant me access to like 6 figures, and, right? But it was more like, no, the degree was just a product of the work you put in.
Facts.
So if you always got that work in you, you're gonna always end up achieving. You just got to keep going. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So
money, the degree, that's the byproduct of success. But I do agree with what you said because and I want to touch on what you said before we go to the next topic. Mm-hmm. The process, like when you lose something, when you're in the house and you lose the remote. And you looking for the remote in the house, and you find all these other things along the way on trying to look for the remote. Mm-hmm. the purpose is looking for the remote, but you find a rat tail comb. You feel me? You
Mm-hmm.
find
That's
that
you been looking for.
you find that chain. You find that little extra little sock that you know. And we don't even acknowledge what we find along the way in the process because we so
100%.
focused on the goal. And I remember getting my master's. Now it was my bachelor's degree. I was like, I'm gonna get this bachelor's. I was just, and I remember just sitting there at graduation. I was just like, we had a bottle. We sitting down. We had a bottle. We passing the bottle along, and I really wasn't fulfilled. I was just like, it ain't really mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? But we graduated on a Saturday. I started my career on a Monday. You know, but I really like that, and I want to touch on that. But
Before we go on though,
go ahead.
This is also something I want to say. Even looking back, like at my life, you understand what I'm saying? Like where I'm at now, I still have that mindset of like, if I did lose it all today, well, what you gonna do? You understand what I'm saying?
Sheesh.
Right? Because it can happen, like legit.
I think every man think about that too.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, yo,
yeah.
if I did lose it all today, like, what would I do? And it was just like, well, you go back to the basics, bro. You go back to like laying down that groundwork, and doing what you got to do. Even when it comes to this podcast stuff, right? Where it's
Right.
like I believe in something, I got a dream, right? Well, what was the first step? First believing in it, right?
Yeah.
And the next step is like, hey, what should you do next? Invest in it. How did I invest with it? Start just buying the equipment, right?
Yeah.
Went from buying equipment, went to talking to people. Went from talking to people, now we networking, and now we here, like doing all of this.
It's crazy. Yeah, you had the
feel me?
foresight to do that. It's
You understand what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you at your lowest, it's just like, I don't know, man. Just believing in yourself, man. You know, and just
Cool.
have that foresight.
Well, look, this is gonna bring us to the next topic. Keeping it a buck, and this is a good segue into hard truth about being a man. What is the hard truth about being a man? Either for the gentleman in the Black Male Initiative that we're trying to get this message across to, or for just you in general. What's the hard truth? For even women that may not understand, what's the hard truth about being a man? Keep it a buck.
I'm keeping it 100, man. I think hard truth about being a man is that I struggle with in my own life. People won't always understand your vision. People won't always understand why you do the things you do, even though it's to help them. I feel like personally, you know, with me, with my genuine heart, like I just try and help like as many people as I can. But if they not willing to be helped, you can't do nothing about it, right? But also, most importantly, I know in my family at this point in time, and I mean throughout my life, like they already done made up their minds, like, all right, Josiah's gonna do what he wants to do. Once his mind is set, even my friends know this, like once his mind is set, like you can't do much convincing him to like talk him out of it. Like he's just gonna do it. Like prime example, so my grandma, right? Graduate school, right? You feel me? Like reevaluating my life, realigning my life, or whatever it may be. Yeah, you know, grandma, you know, I'm just, you know, thinking about going into the army, just, you know, being an army officer and want to finish what I started. I don't know why you're going to go to the army. Your granddaddy was in Vietnam, this and that.
Yeah.
And you feel me? If you are, you know, you love your grandma, right? And you will listen to your grandma, right?
Yeah.
But it's like it comes a time in your life as a man where you gotta make decisions solely for you. Grandma can't do nothing no more. Mama can't do nothing no more. Daddy can't do nothing no more, right? But everything that they did instill in you was just like I gotta let my man go, right? So it was one of those things where I just had to like, this is what I'm doing for me. And at every man, you're gonna come at those crossroads to where it's just like, what are you going to do for you? And you gotta be, if nobody supports you, if nobody be like, I'm proud of you, good, the proud of you not gonna come until the success is seen. Straight up. I got more people telling me they're proud of me now than they ever did, right? And I wish the proud of you would have came when I was first like, hey yo, I'm about to go do this. When you do that, right, they're gonna be like, hey man, you sure about that? What about war? What about this? What about that? That's what you get when you first like get that out, right? But like I tell you, when you look into yourself, like this, is what I'm doing for me. Bet I'm rolling, and I can tell you that I done had the best like time of my life. It's like one of the best decisions I've made for my personal life. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So keep it in the buck, man. When you come to those crossroads where you got to make a decision, and like you feel like everybody else against you, but you believe in it, and you don't talk to God about it, you don't, whatever it may be, hey, go. And you just hope that they understand. You just gotta let them know, like, Grandma, I'm doing this for me. Mama, I'm doing this for me.
But what about men that are in relationships and it might be, his partner might have be in a place in her career where she's excelling, she's doing really, really well. Mm-hmm. He's at a place in his career where he's doing really, 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 really well, mm-hmm. and the job may cause for him to move out of state, and she needs to give up her career just because of, your career decision or the direction that it could provide for you. Like, then what?
Yeah. So I would definitely say, relationship wise, like it's totally different, because now you got to consider somebody else. You understand what I'm saying?
What's
like,
the hard truth though? What's the hard? What do you do in that situation for the gentleman that's looking at us, right? And for the gentlemen that are in healthy relationships, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know some men that's sacrifice, are prolong their career because for the sake of love, and then eventually down the line don't work out. And I know some women that's been sacrificed it, and the man then cheated on them, and the relationship don't work out. So what's a hard truth in knowing what you have in the foresight that you want to do in your heart, and knowing that your decision can affect the people that love you around you? Your decision will have an effect on them. How do they navigate through that?
One, I'm gonna say communication is key, right? You gotta get when I say you gotta get your rib, bro, you gotta get your rib. One understands you and understand, like, okay, he has to make certain decisions, but y'all come together and compromise, and she understands, like, look, I know what you're trying to do. And it's the same for her though too. Like, you gotta understand for her, it's like, yo, I know what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. How can we come to an understanding? You can't be a couple and not be on the same team. And I feel like a lot of couples don't realize that. A lot of couples, especially when you hit their traumas, especially when you hit some of their like childhood brokenness things, right? They forget or be like, damn, like he's probably doing this because he doesn't want to be with me. No, it's like, nah, we on the same team, and we gotta find a way to compromise with the decisions that life is giving us, because life gon' life. I'm sorry, your biggest opponent as an individual, right, and as a couple will be life, because you don't know what's coming, right? But if y'all strong together and with God, right, where it's just like, well, let's pray about it at least. If we can't,
what if she don't want to pray?
Oh, then shoot, you gotta go, shorty. Ooh.
Nah, I'm saying, what people go through things in life, right? Women go through things. What if a gentleman? What if she sacrifices? She say, I'm gonna hold off on my career. I'm gonna listen to your force. You took this new career. I trust you. Boom. Y'all get to the new space, and everything is going well, and you get her pregnant. She has an abortion. I mean, not abortion, but a miscarriage. Okay. Excuse me, miscarriage. Mm-hmm. And she gets to a place where she's just not happy with herself, right? Mm-hmm. And she don't want to pray. Mm-hmm. She believe in God, but she don't want to pray. She don't want to hear anything. She don't even want to console you at night. How do you deal with that? Do you just leave her?
No.
You just,
No, you don't just leave her, right? That's when, sometimes they be like, man, sometimes like, relationships are like 50-50. Sometimes it ain't gonna always be 50-50, right? Sometimes it's gonna be like, 80-20, right? To where you gotta like carry more of the load. But in those moments also, you need to have your own space to where, and that's why I tell people, you gotta have a source of yourself or a source on your own that you can always go back and reconnect to keep you strong and keep you stable. Like, and I feel that's why I feel that in a lot of my relationships, you understand? It's some relationships where, I seek my woman for like validation, you understand, and certain stuff, like, because I wanted to do such a great job, right?
Right.
But in those moments, it's just like, nah, you need to go back, right? Yo, you talk to God, right? If she can't do it right now, I will pray for us. I'll carry this load. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just not even like relationship it's not even like even relationship with women, right? Even with my brother, you understand what I'm saying? Why carry the load of another? You understand? Nah, because he ain't heavy, he my brother. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's just like, yeah, you may be down for now, But that's the reason I'm here. Because one day, I'm going to be down. And what you going to remember is when I was there. And personally, I feel like that's where a lot of my friendships, how can I say, we kind of like, we stand on that, like that mantra, you understand what I'm saying? To where it's just like, yeah, if you down, I got you. Why? Because I know you'll do it for me.
Yeah.
Remember one day we was on the phone one day, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It got heated. I don't know why. But it was like, I said, Wes, how many people you know you can call at 3 a.m. and you know they're going to be there?
Yeah.
You? All right, Wes, if you back home in Arkansas, you need somebody to take a drive, this and that, who you know, one person you know you can call and you know they're going to be there. You?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I take pride in our brotherhood. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
I take pride in all that. So, with that being said, man, go back. It's not going to always be 50-50. It's not going to always be even. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to also have your independent source that you can go to, that because you're pouring in to this individual and they just can't pour in you right now, you got to find a way to pour into yourself until they can get back on their feet and then do it.
Last question before we go to the next topic. Do you feel like your hard truth can have a hindrance on your partner's reality in the relationship?
Explain.
You gun-ho about your career, where you want it to go. You're a man. I'm the leader. I want it to be like this, 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 and this. And if she's not in tune with you, it can probably hinder how she looks at you, and she can probably start to regret you.
Mm-hmm. I think going back to like, we gotta be mindful of somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? Like legit, like when you're in a relationship, you just can't think about yourself. You understand what I'm saying? You just can't think about what I gotta do. You gotta really think what's best for like us. You understand what I'm saying? And then y'all gotta put y'all in the best position to win. You know?
What if she don't agree with that?
Now, she don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Like what? We gotta like do this thing together.
Yeah. What if she say, I don't think it needs to go like that. I think it needs to go like this.
What you mean go like this? Like not putting us, like considering us?
I don't think you need to go live in Alabama and get your money. You need to find something in Atlanta. I want to be in Atlanta. I don't want to be in Alabama.
So then this is why I asked you then, right? And this is very important. You got to know your own purpose. Because if stuff not aligning with your purpose and it's a distraction, that distraction got to go. Right?
What if you love her? Without love.
Listen, I done loved a lot of women. And this is what I learned. I don't love a lot of, you understand what I'm saying? What I learned is that if the woman is not helping you towards your purpose, your God-given, ordained purpose, I'm sorry, that is not the one. I'm going to just keep it a buck. She got to help you get to your purpose. Because you out here loving this woman and God's telling you, I need you to go save these people. Or your purpose is to like build this foundation. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going to say about that.
That's tough.
That's what I'm going to say about that.
All right. Segue into the next topic. We got $1 million worth of game. This is any financial advice you might have for anyone. Anything that you done picked up along the way, anything that you're currently working on right now. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Gillian and Wallow, but $1 million worth of game. Any financial advice you might got for somebody?
$1 million worth of game.
Mm-hmm.
One, you got to become an avid reader. If you want to know something, you got to go read about it. Because I'm going to be honest with you. I got a master's degree now?
Yeah. Congratulations, by the way.
Appreciate you, right? Nobody sat me down and taught me financial literacy, right? I got a business degree at that. You know
I tried to put y'all on game.
But are you an institution?
Hell no.
You an individual, right?
Facts.
And that's the difference, right? I don't like 14, 16 years worth of schooling, you understand what I'm saying? And the things that I really needed for my life, I had to go get it on my own. So I got to a point in my own life where I'm like, forget it. Like, I started reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You understand what I'm saying? Psychology of money. Like, I wanted to understand. Let me tell you something, man. The reason I went to college and got a business degree was because I wanted to learn how money worked. That was my biggest thing. Like, mind you, I'm full of transparency, right? Coming out of high school, bro, I failed my state math exam twice.
Really?
Legit. Failed my state math exam twice. So the average person would be like, why would I go to school for business, which is math, right? You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not good at math, right? Nah, I was like, well, this is what I want. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I want to learn how money works. So when I went to school, I learned a few things. You understand what I'm saying? But did I learn the things that I needed for life? I will say school. It's a stepping stool. You understand what I'm saying? It was definitely a stepping stool. But when I became an avid reader of the things that I was interested in, start reading like I told you, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'll tell you a good fundamental book you can read right now. The Richest Man in Babylon. Like legit fundamental principles on how to handle your money. Reading books like that carried me into this game I'm about to give y'all right now. So
hold on. Number one, read. Right? Be an avid reader. And then what's the game you about to give us right now?
The game I'm about to give y'all right now. So I'm a big component in, of course, I got my job, savings plan or whatever it may be, but 401k, right?
Okay.
But I'm big into life insurance.
Cha-ching.
Big into life insurance, but it's the type of life insurance that you get, right? You got different terms. You got different types of life insurance.
Put us on game.
Game is this. I'm into whole value added life insurance, right? Whole life insurance, whatever it may be. So how it works is that you pay your premium, right?
Yeah.
That's what you pay monthly every month. From that premium, the insurance company is like, we'll take a piece of your premium, put an interest rate to it, and now whatever piece they take from your premium, it acts as a savings account. So now your life insurance policy is now giving you cash value, so to say, or value added, right?
Yeah, you can borrow against it.
You can borrow against it in the future when it's time, right? But it takes time to accumulate. At the same time, while it's acting as a savings account, you get the duality of it acting as a insurance policy where you keep the insurance value, right?
Facts.
So, prime example, a policy could be like $500,000, right?
Right.
That's your policy. That's what you're giving at death, right? But you keep playing these premiums on the side. You got a savings that's going on that will matriculate and accrue interest over time. And when it gets to a certain point, it don't stop. You can be like, oh, I got a lot of money in here. Like, well, let me take out against it, right? Here's the benefit.
Talk about the interest rate. It's lower than the what? It's lower than the bank.
Right. The interest, and essentially you become your own bank.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
Not only is it lower than the interest rate, because it's for, like, it's life insurance, taxes.
You don't have to write taxes off on it.
You
That's
feel
true.
me? You don't got to worry about it being taxed. You understand what
Facts.
I'm saying?
Facts.
So those are those things where, like, I just had to go read about it, had to go research about it, and
you can get as many as you want when you're young.
Exactly.
You can get as many as you want.
So if you trying to, like, and the reason why I did this one is because it's my field of work, right? Like I told you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the military, so
Mine as well. I'm in insurance. So
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what can I do if I did leave this world today? How can I set my family up for generational wealth or success?
That's the way to do it.
That's the way to do
That's
it.
the way to do it.
Like, if you really talking about generational wealth, that's a way. Like, I feel like it's multiple ways to get there, right?
Because
But
how
that's
much
a
are
way.
you worth right now? God forbid this happened.
I ain't gonna put that out there. But
If you were to pass, if God forbid, how much are you worth?
I'm gonna say, look, I'll say this. It was well over 6 figures. I'm gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Go ahead and say it.
I ain't gonna say it, bro.
Yeah,
because let me tell you what's gonna happen.
What?
They gonna try to off me.
Your family will be good. Yeah.
But
I'm up there too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
You feel me? And you gotta.
I got 3. I got 3
three?
life insurance policies.
Yeah.
And I borrowed against one too, but you got to pay it back.
Yeah.
So okay, I like that. All right, next topic.
What's up, man?
Love. Let's talk love. Okay.
Let's talk love.
Relationship advice. Are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not in a relationship.
I know a lot of women want to know out there. A lot of our women followers want to know. Are you in a relationship?
No, currently not in a relationship at all.
Why?
You want to give me my? I give my therapist answer.
Damn, you go to a therapist?
Yeah, of course.
You messed up. You damaged goods. Man, you are healthy. You're in shape. You got a nice career. You own your own house. You drive a nice vehicle.
Yeah.
What the hell you going to a therapist for?
I mean,
Are you crazy?
Oh no, I'm crazy. So the one, I
You controlling or something?
No, far from it.
So why you can't find a good woman?
It's more so of from how my therapist said. One, I do too much too soon for a woman, right? Like I'll do a whole lot of like catering and like get her this, get her that, like all that stuff. Like
Agreed. That's the reason why this damn podcast took so long to start, because he was in a relationship. Facts. It took us like 2 years, and I don't even want to do a podcast. But go ahead.
So my therapist also told me like, yo, you know, you gotta be more responsible with the women that you choose to do those stuff to, right?
Okay.
And I think, you know, being very very young, I could definitely say I wasn't like choosing like right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand who you are and where you're going. And then picking a partner that can also go with you, but at the same time you help her as well. So now I can say like I'm very much more so like selective. You understand what I'm saying? One, because I'm spending time with myself and realizing what I do deserve. It's not just about the woman. I think where we failed as a community, as a group, as African Americans, that people always taught us how to treat a woman, but they never taught us how we should be treated as men. And I'm starting to learn that as a 29-year-old man. Like, wait, hold on. No, I deserve to be, you understand, taken care of too. And it's not on some like zesty or he being sassy. It's like, no, because it's the work that I put in this relationship. You understand? I make sure that we're in a nice home. I make sure that you're protected. I make sure that you're loved. But what I fell into and what I started to realize is that I can give. If my tank running on empty and it's not being reciprocated, I'm going to end up crashing out. You understand what I'm saying? Or I'm going to end up losing myself and neglecting myself. That's why you got to have a partner that know how to reciprocate energy and reciprocate love to the point to where it's just like, when I'm in a relationship, one, I want to make your life easy, but also I want us to, there's a vision that I have for us. You understand what I'm saying? And the vision, I'm going to be honest, like the vision I got for myself in my own life, I'm sorry, I can't expect you to come to my life with a lesser vision because I don't do that to myself. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'll say the reason why I'm single I'm single still is because now I'm becoming very choosy, very particular on my rib. Something that's going to pour back into me as I pour into it. I already know I can pour into you.
Yeah.
I already know that I can be genuine and be a lover and meet your needs and desires. But at the same time, if I'm doing all that, you got to see and understand, like, hold on, this man doing all this for me. Like, hold on, like, let me give it back to him. So, you know, and I feel like right now, the society we live in, the women are different, man. The women are different. And I'm not knocking them, man. You understand what I'm saying? But
I like the women that we got right now.
I love the women we have now, but
I love them.
There's just a lack of understanding.
Women like women. They do. Like you got, bro. I'm an '80s baby, bro. I was born in '86, so it's different. Like back when I was coming up, it wasn't a lot of a girl would kiss a girl. Like it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You know, man, this is amazing. But just to, you know, I heard you say something earlier, right?
Yeah.
You don't really. I remember, okay, I just had a birthday. A woman asked me what I want for my birthday. I really didn't know what to tell her. You know what I'm saying? So you meet certain women, and it makes you appreciate
100%.
certain things. Like when certain women have a quality about them that's like non-tangible. Like a woman that cooks. I remember dating this one young lady. She cooked, and I didn't appreciate having a good home cooked meal, bro, until like I wasn't messing with her no more. And I'm like, dang, I order DoorDash a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I can't cook. I can grill, but I put stuff in the air fryer.
So here's what I learned, man. A woman's essence is everything. And a woman must learn, or a woman must know how to operate in her God-given essence.
Facts. You know what? Hey, I don't mean to cut you off, but I was messing with this older woman. Cougar. Kruger?
Wow.
Yeah, older, right? And she came over to the crib, and you know, she wanted to get in the shower, and I had like these colorful towels. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you need to get some white towels. I'm like, why? She was like, because women don't like dye in towels. Bro, do you know when I got white towels, changed the game. You feel me?
So check me out. I was listening with an older woman. I ain't gonna call her a cougar. You understand what I'm saying?
How old
but
was she?
Don't worry about it.
How old was she?
Don't worry about it.
In her 30s? Man, you can just give a demographic. 30s, 40s.
She was in her 30s.
30s, okay.
Yeah, late 30s. But this is my first time experiencing like, oh shoot, like it shocked me, bro. Let me tell you something. So I was like, you know, we went out to eat and everything like that, had dinner and all that good stuff like that. We go back to her crib or whatever. I had to get up early the next morning, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm sleeping, but I'm like starting to like have a cough, right? And I'm starting to like my temperature started going up, and like she was
Probably put the woo on you.
Stop it. Anyway,
Man, they'll bury your drawers in the backyard.
all right, bro, we done.
For real, and you get sick. You won't never leave the house. Man, I'm serious. Man, that shit real. Come on, go ahead, tell the story. Put some shit on your ass. Hey, you say you just slept in the bed and woke up with a fever. Man, what kind of shit is that? Come on, finish the story. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, bro.
You in the bed. You had the fever. What happened? What she do?
All right. So then, like legit.
She gave you some medicine.
No, it's more than that, right? She not only just give me.
Hey, hell no. I'm gonna tell you some. All right, go
You gotta
ahead.
listen, man.
I'm gonna put you on game too. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So like, you know, then she was like, "Yo, are you okay?" I said, "I feel like I'm getting a little bit sick." Like, but like legit, right? She woke up. She started breaking down like garlic. You understand? Start making me teeth from
you
scratch.
told me that.
Right,
I remember
legit,
that.
she
I
started
remember that.
making me
I remember
like
that.
teeth damn near from scratch, right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
3, like bro, it's 3 a.m. in the morning.
I
bro.
remember that.
She went to the kitchen, cut light on, like started cutting stuff up, right? And then she was like, "I'm about to run the shower for you."
I remember that. She
Like,
was a
steaming
realtor.
Oh shit! All right, bro.
Yeah, she was. I remember that. I remember that. He ain't lying. Yo, shout out to you. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
So
yeah.
she started cutting up, you know, stuff for me and everything like that. And then, like, you know, she gave me tea and everything like that. And in my mind, I was like, yo, like, you know, it was like an enlightenment where it's just like,
Facts.
you know, it is like women out here that, like, you know.
That's a
like,
good quality to have.
Oh, no, 100%, 110%. So, yeah, bro, that's that, bro.
But that's a real story. Yeah, shout out to you, whoever you are. But you know what I do when I go to women's house? See, sometimes that could be a trick, but I ain't gonna say you probably really got sick. I'll go to a woman's house, and you know, in the bathroom when you go in the door, I'll unscrew like the knob or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll unscrew the toilet. You hear me? Like the toilet where it flush.
Yeah.
Just so when she go in there to use the bathroom, she come back. Oh, my toilet messed up. I go fix it. Straight up. You feel me?
Yo. What's up, y'all? We back. This Patriarch Talk, man. Listen, y'all know we can't do an episode without our sponsors, man. So today, we got my boy, no other than Chase motherfucking Da Vinci, man. Y'all follow him on IG. Any photography, pictures, anything you need, he is the guy. For sure.
Straight up, man. Chase is hard, man. I think that nigga did some photos for Whitney Houston's funeral and the inauguration, all type of shit, man. Anything you need, man, he gonna get you right.
He gonna get you right every
I
time,
stand there,
man.
for real.
And we back.
And we're back. Okay, so JoJo,
What's up, man?
keep in mind, I know you've seen, you know, what's been in the media lately with Travis Hunter. His ex, well, not ex, but current girlfriend, fiance, I believe. He just won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Kind of segues us into the next topic where no mistakes, only lessons. Things you wish you would have done better. Keeping that topic in mind, what do you think about that situation? Or have you ever been in a situation like that? Or do you know, what are your thoughts on him winning the Heisman, her not standing up, her reaction after games. Keep in mind, we don't know what actually is going on in their relationship, but any type of mistakes you think you would have, just keeping that topic in mind.
Yeah. The Travis Hunter situation, period. One, he's a young man, she's a young girl. They both got to learn. You understand what I'm saying? I was 21, you was 21, everybody in here was once 21, right? Yeah. And this is like why this subject, right? We talking about, right, no mistakes, only lessons. You understand what I'm saying? He's not making a mistake dating her, right?
Right.
He's learning. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, if he's in love with that woman, let him be in love with that woman. If they don't make it, they don't make it. But guess what? He can learn from the situation. Let me tell y'all why I'm not worried about Travis Hunter, man. He got Dion, bro. He got Dion. He got Prime, who's been through a situations to where he can. That's why I don't even trip about this. Even if she may not be the one for him or whatever the internet is seeing. You understand what I'm saying? I know Dion gonna be like, I'm gonna coach him right to the point to where if he do lose with her, he's not gonna lose at his life. You understand what I'm saying? He's gonna still be able to learn from the incident or whatever it may be.
And that's how you want to be with a woman. When you with a woman, you want to be locked in. Like,
100%.
A lot of people gonna clown you. I mean, on the outside, but when you locked in with somebody, you locked in. Can't nobody tell you nothing.
Right. And this is like, ain't nobody can be Travis Hunter but Travis Hunter. Yeah. Nobody can be his girlfriend except his girlfriend. We don't know what it's like, the girlfriend loving Travis Hunter or Travis Hunter loving his girlfriend, where he's at in his life. So it's just more so like, yeah, we may see some stuff, but man, sometimes people just gotta learn on their own. You understand what I'm saying?
I think the biggest thing that they were having an issue with was her saying that initially I wasn't attracted to him or interested in him. A lot of girls wasn't interested in me when I put my game down. You know what I'm saying? But persistency pays.
Persistency and consistency every day. You feel me? You feel me?
Straight up.
Persistency pays.
Persistency pays. I got it.
So, wait, who? Persistency pays, man.
You want to back that? I'm gonna let you back that. Persistency pays.
Persistency pays, man.
Yeah, cause I know a lot of times like women will either look at my Instagram and think I'm a certain type of way because of what I post. Yeah. But not knowing that persistency pays. Not knowing that like my hobbies are fashion. My hobbies like are being around beautiful women. I like being around beautiful women. Yeah. And they might think like, oh, well, he's gonna do this, and this. But when they get to know me, they like, dang, he really grounded, he cool, he funny, got humor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think when women be saying that, man, they try and they know you up here, but they try and bring you down here. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's a tool, it's a tactic for them to feel more secure. You understand what I'm saying?
Be more specific.
I'll say this. We got Mr. Heisman, Mr. Travis Hunter, right? And from what I see, like him as a person, he's a great person. Like everybody, Cam done said that. Kid. Like people, Dion done said, like when multiple people are saying the same thing about you, you understand what I'm saying? Like he's a good person, right? Yeah. But at the same time, you got, with his girl, she's not realizing like, okay, he's to the world, he is big. You understand what I'm saying? And to her, she's like, damn, she might be getting a little bit nervous, like, damn, like how big is this motherfucker gonna get? Or how big is he really, right? Yeah. And it's one of those things where she can gain control in a way. It's my opinion, right? Yeah. She can gain control where it's just like that's a form of control where it's like she just trying to like bring him back down to like her.
As she should. Man, that's game. Little mama got game. I'm sorry. She pimp tight.
Right. It can
she
be
pimping.
It can be game, right? It can be game, but at some point,
pimping, man.
But at one point, it can become toxic too. You understand what I'm saying? To where that
man,
means
you see who the first person before he even thank God, who he thank? My mama and my Gail. Mm-hmm. Girl, Gail, I'm country. Mm-hmm. Gail, you hear me? Mm-hmm. Like she was there. She was there before he even took off. So she
100%.
She ain't got to stand up if she don't want to.
Right.
Shit.
Well, even in that situation, like it's just do what works for y'all, man. Like that's it. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like you just do what works for y'all. And I just personally think that with me, if it was my relationship, bro, I wouldn't even talk about. I wouldn't explain myself to the public.
I wouldn't either.
As long as me and my shorty go on one accord.
Yeah,
Yo, we here.
for sure.
Cool. You understand what I'm saying? Because the
For
more
sure.
you talk, the more the public gonna try and like look, misery love company, man.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So they'll try and like find whatever, do whatever.
And he looked crazy going on the internet trying to explain her actions for her.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
bro, what's up between you and your lady? Between you and your lady, bro. And I just hope y'all work out. And if y'all don't work out, no mistakes, man. It's only a lesson.
But we always have been. I think every man has been with a woman that initially everybody on the outside thought wasn't a good look. I remember us being in undergrad and you dating somebody nobody wanted you to date. You know, you pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Because I think, what were you? You were the homecoming king, or what were you?
I was a Mr. Senior.
You're a Mr. Senior.
Yeah.
And you had a lot of notoriety. You came off from crossing.
Yeah, yeah.
And everybody had an idea about who they wanted you to be with. And your girlfriend at the time was she Miss Senior, or she was homecoming queen?
She wasn't shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think she crossed at least.
Yeah, she did.
But nobody wanted you to be with her.
You one dirty bitch. Yo, you one dirty.
No. I'm just saying. But I'm saying nobody wanted you to be with her. You remember that?
Yeah, I do remember.
Everybody, you got a lot of scrutiny from that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure,
because they were like, why is he with her? And she blah 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 blah. But that's like could none of us, you know, all of us like that were close to you, we had to, hey, that's who JoJo want to be with. That's who it is.
Yeah, and
one
I like. That's how you know when people like genuinely love you to where it's to the point where it's like, look, if that's what JoJo want to do, like let him do it. But we're still here for you at the end of the day.
Period.
And those are the type of people like I love keeping around me, and I thank you for because you was one of the people that told me. You was like, you said what you said.
Right.
Just keep it at that, right? But like how you deal with that, and that's why I could like speak on this like Travis thing a little bit. And it's not wasn't at the level where Travis was, right? But like being in that position to where like everybody's like, nah, that ain't the one for him, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like we gotta make our own choices in our own lives, right? And like legit learn from that lesson to where it's like now I'm getting better. I can tell you this much for sure. From that relationship to where I am now, I could definitely say like I'm one step closer to like meet my wife. And being the person that I need to be for my wife. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we just gotta, take it on the chin when if it ever fails or falls. But at the end of the day, it's, look, no mistakes, only lessons. So
real good advice, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Next topic. Give him his glory.
Okay.
Give him his glory.
Yeah.
So anything you want to acknowledge, any scriptures that you on right now currently, that can help our listeners, help our followers, that's impacted you. Right now, I think I've been in Isaiah, and I'm gonna keep it real. The reason why, because I heard Kendrick Lamar mention it on this new album.
Yeah.
He had a track. It was a track on his new album. I think he sampled like "Ambitious as a Rider" beat, but he mentioned like Isaiah 14 or something, and I've been like listening to that currently. But any, you want to give him his glory, flowers, any scriptures you listening to, or anything that you went through recently that can probably impact our listeners or followers.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I was like studying Ecclesiastes, excuse me.
Ooh.
And it's another book of wisdom, written by Solomon, and he just goes in depth with like, what is life? Like at the end of the day, like all this is nothing. All this is nothing. You can go get all the money in the world. It's nothing. You can go do all this. It's nothing. You can do this and do nothing. So then he was like, well, I'm gonna decide to like, do whatever I want to do, whatever it may be. But then it gets to a point to where he's like, there's a time for everything.
Okay.
There's a time to be angry. There's a time to be happy. There's a time to be mad. There's a time to be sad. There's a time to go out there and go make some money. And there's some time for you to just sit down and relax. There's times for you to like, just go have fun. You understand what I'm saying? There is a time for everything. And it speaks profoundly to me because especially on this journey, especially when I started out, especially like in my own belief, it was like, I gotta be perfect. Perfect. But I would never be perfect. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
If I want to be perfect, Jesus died for no reason. You feel me? So I'm in this part of my life where I like done worked so hard to get where I'm at. And I even spoke about this with my doctor. She was like, yo, you're very like type A, man. You like, I gotta go get it. And then she asked me a question. She was like, when's it gonna be enough? And I sat there and I was like, it will never be enough, right? Because you never like really arrive, right? So now I'm starting to learn like, well, what time you in right now? Just hey, bro, it's the time to like chill, appreciate where you are. You understand what I'm saying? Let loose a little bit, like have fun. Like you can't keep like you're gonna work yourself down damn near to a grave. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't like understand the balance between like between it all. So right now I'm working on knowing the times of what I need to be doing in this season. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I got going on right now, for sure.
So you said Ecclesiastes Solomon.
Yeah, I can't even quote you. I believe it's in chapter 3. I want to say chapter 3. I can't quote you like legit, but I literally like studied that, and it was like it's a time for like legit. It's a time for this. It's a time for that. It's a time for fun. It's a time for this. So
I think my favorite from Ecclesiastes, favorite scripture, man, my mom, my instructor, I used to take Taekwondo. It was like the scripture for white belt. Every belt had a biblical scripture aligned to it. And it was Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. That was just like something that we, like everybody know, like you had to know that scripture. It wasn't until now, like, as of recently, I understood what it means, but I didn't know Solomon had something to do with that Ecclesiastes.
Yeah. It's another book of like straight just wisdom. You understand?
Okay.
You know, Solomon, the king of wisdom. You understand?
Okay.
What I'm saying? So, he asked for wisdom. God told him like, hey, look, what you want, right? You know, God come to you and ask what you want,
and he said wisdom of all things.
You understand what I'm saying? And guess what that took him? It took him to the point where his name, we still talking about him. This is the infinite stuff I'm talking about, right? He didn't ask for money.
That's dangerous, though, JoJo. Ask God for wisdom, man. That's scary.
I agree.
Because it unveils a lot of things that you might not be ready for.
110%. But Solomon's words still are with us today.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between a high value man and an infinite man.
Okay.
High value man would have asked for more money. Infinite man asked for something that's intangible.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have asked for. I probably would have asked for some money. I ain't probably still dinner with Jay-Z or $500,000. Jay-Z, you think I want $500,000? You know, you know, like.
Yeah.
But I understand.
No, 100%. So, but yeah, you know, yeah, that's what I've been working on, man. Just like working on, like, hey, yo, you did a good job, man. Where you at right now?
Cool.
Like, have fun with the work that you are doing. That's why we start this. Like, I have fun.
That's
with
cool.
this,
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Like, even it's work still, but it's enjoyable work. You know,
it is. It is. We was out last night, and I was like, man, let's go to the strip club. He was like, no, we gotta go to work tomorrow. And I'm like, the strip club, 5s and 20s, ass and
on a
titties.
Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, you know. You gotta pay our tithes. All right, next subject. Give him his crown. Give him his crown. Is there anybody out there that was a mentor that had a big impact on your life that you want to give, you know, flowers to and you want to acknowledge?
100%. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lot of people.
Okay.
And we, you know, more episodes we'll get into it. But
cool.
Today we're gonna talk about Andre Dorsey. When I was living in South Carolina, shout out to Hemingway High School, represent. I was, you know, I ain't gonna say I was a bad kid, right? But I was definitely a kid where, you know, just needed somebody to love me. So I was acting like outright with a lot of things, right? Like legit, like, you know, just not understanding who I am as a person. So I ended up going to the Boys and Girls Club. My mom was, you know, she sent us to the Boys and Girls Club. Andre Dorsey was the head director at that point in time, and he literally threw the game of basketball, right? That's how he got my interest, right?
Okay.
For me to open up and, like, you know, listen to him. I remember one day, you know, like my team was like losing or something like that, and I had like real like aggression problems. I'll get like real like aggressive, right? I get mad, and you know, when you mad and you in your feelings, you're not being logical anymore. You let your emotions take. And he sat down and told me, he was like, you can't play this game mad. This ain't football. If you trying to play this game, you got to play it smartly. You got to play it with control. You got to play it because I'm being mad, right? I'm bringing the ball down court. I'm throwing the ball to my teammates to the point where they can't even catch it, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now I'm being a bad teammate because I'm in my feelings. You understand what I'm saying? So he was like, if you're trying to play this game, you can't play it like that. And from that point on, it was like, well, I'm like, I just want to be a better basketball player then, right? So now I'm opened up to like what he has to come into my life and impart in me, because at that point in time, like, you know, I'm pissed off at my dad, pissed off at my stepfather, because I feel like I didn't have like good role models at the time. 'Cause at that point, I feel like a lot of men are like giving up on me in my life. And this is like to the young man out there, right?
Yeah.
To where you will feel this way. I know it's a kid right now. You feel like, bro, like nobody love me, nobody care about me because they not doing their responsibilities as a man to like take care of me, whatever it may be, and you feel like you're on your own, so you're gonna be mad. You're gonna move into that natural man instinct. Well, I'll do it by myself.
Yeah.
Nah, you can't do this by yourself. I'm sorry, young brother, you're gonna need help. As mad as you are, like, you're gonna need help. So when Andre Dorsey came into my life, he taught me one, love. And it's not like on some stuff where it's like, this is love. No. He taught me love by every day I came to that gym, he imparted in me like, hey, wisdom, knowledge. And I listened to him. You understand what I'm saying? To the point now, he never had kids a day in his life. He'll call me his son. You can call that man right now. He's like, no, Josiah, like, that's my son. You understand what I'm saying? To the point to where he taught me. I'll tell you this much for sure. If there's no Andre Dorsey, and I'm gonna also shout out Coach Slice. If there's no Andre Dorsey, there's no Coach Slice. There is no Josiah going to Bethune-Cookman University. Josiah going to go get a master's. Josiah going to go get a business degree. Josiah buying a home. Like, there is no that. And I say all that to say this, and I'm giving you your crown today because you didn't have to do what you did for me. You didn't have to. You could have went on about your business. It was just some regular old black boy that's just mad, right? But he seen something in me to be like, every time I did come in there, he tried to teach me something and show me something, right? And so I say all that to say this. Every man, if you come across a young man that need guidance, and God gonna put it on your heart and tell you, hey, I need you to take that man up under your wing, you gotta do it. Because you don't understand you could change someone's life. I haven't seen Mr. Dorsey in probably like 3, 4, maybe 5 years.
Yeah.
But the things he told me and imparted in me was a derivative, or it helped with my success. I remember he told me this. I'm working so hard, right? I get to the point, I'm working hard, right? And I still didn't end up starting my senior year. I'm like, man, I did all the work over the summer, whatever it may be. And he sat there and told me, he said, look, bro, it ain't your time yet. And he said, I'm be honest with you, man, basketball is a tool. You learn from it. Everybody not gonna go to the league, right? But when you pick up this sport, you pick up this ball, it's gonna teach you and show you some things that you're gonna need for life, right? And legit, I kid you, I never forgot it. And from there, the game of basketball taught me patience. The game of basketball taught me control. It taught me love. It taught me discipline, right? The only way I got better at basketball, because let me tell you, I was a terrible basketball player. Yeah. Terrible, right? But I worked at it every day. It taught me work ethic. It taught me consistency. Yeah. It taught me whatever you put your energy to, it's going to produce for you. You understand what I'm saying? But the moment you stop and let go, you ain't going to change nothing. You ain't going to do nothing, right? So through that sport, I took the lessons he taught me from that sport, applied it to my life. Now you get the leader I am today. You understand what I'm saying? To where I can go into different rooms and I can be successful while I'm in the military. Also be successful in my family. You understand what I'm saying? It's the intangibles. Forget the high value stuff. It's the intangibles. These things that you got to learn them. You got to impart them into yourself. That money can't buy. You understand what I'm saying?
That's one thing. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
Excuse me. That's one thing I like that you did with starting this podcast. At first, I was like, man, I don't want to do a podcast where we down and women. Like,
we would never.
You know, but when you said it was like to help black men, I was like, dang, that's crazy, because it's so impactful, it's so beneficial. Yeah. Because, you know, I was an inner city kid, and I was involved in the streets and trying to make a better life for myself. I saw this young lady on social media, and she was talking about white privilege. And she was like, black men and black women, we got to start creating black privilege.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she was getting on a plane and she was sitting in first class, and a young lady and her mom was walking past her, and the daughter asked the mom, why is she sitting right there? She said, oh, that's first class, baby. And she took her back to their seat.
Mm-hmm.
She said she asked the stewardess to go get the young lady and sit her in her first class seat.
Wow.
And, you know, little things like that have an impact on you. You know what I'm saying? Like how you just mentioned about Mr. Dorsey. Like, him taking the time to tell you, hey, your attitude will affect your altitude. Just with basketball, like that little bit, like that seed that he planted right there.
Legit.
Now look at where you're at. You know what I'm saying? And I think reciprocity is very big, and I think even creating privileges for black men ourselves. Because I remember going home one Christmas. You know, I love shoes. Yeah, my self-esteem is horrible, so I can't be saying a pair of dirty shoes or clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I go home and I pull up in the hood. This was back when my mom was living in the Southwest. She don't live in the hood no more. But pull up in the hood, and I had like, I don't know what kind of shoes I had on. They was expensive though. You know what I'm saying? And the kids come outside, they see me, they're like, oh, Wes, what's up? Because I live in Atlanta. And they're like, dang, man, them shoes so clean. I'm like, what size shoe you wear? Like a 12. I'm like, here. I took my shoes off.
Right there.
Like right there. I'm in front of my mama house. Like, just took the shoes off. And, bro, can you believe, like, every car that night damn near got broken into except my mom, my grandma's, and my car? Just because I gave them some shoes. You know what I'm saying? Not to say, like, it's fucked up, but
They appreciated it.
They appreciated it.
Yeah,
and
it was like, protect this car.
But the kid that I gave those shoes to, he got a record deal now. You know what I'm saying? Like he got like a real live record deal.
Yeah,
like he rap. Like teeth, like diamond out all that.
Yeah.
His dad, I knew his dad or whatever, but it's just crazy. Like creating, we have to create privileges for our own first.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, this group of people have this, we got to create it for ourselves. And I think Mr. Dorsey did that.
100%. And I can look. I'm up to ante with that one, right?
All right.
I was talking to, like, recently. I just reconnected with one of my old mentees, right? And it's like, you know, he used to go to my church. We used to go to the same church, whatever it may be. And I'm sitting on the phone talking to him. He was telling me about his life. I'm like, oh, okay, you know. And then he was like, man, Josiah, the one thing I always appreciated about you was you just really cared, bro.
Yeah.
Mind you, he was like if you looked at him, very quiet kid. He looked like he don't want to be bothered, right? You understand what I'm saying? And it's just like the persistence of me knowing where he is or where he was.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand you. And you're not really mad. You really just need love. You understand what I'm saying? And he was like, you just stay so, like, just consistent. Like, you just continue to try to talk to me. And, you know, I always just appreciated you for that. So, you know, and I know this is like a hard responsibility to take on, but I encourage all African American men, like, if you see a kid, you understand what I'm saying, where you just feel like God is moving you to be like, hey, listen, I need you to talk to him. Or I need you to go show him some love. Or I need you to go do something for him.
Right.
Please do it, man. Because God gonna take care of you for sure. You understand what I'm saying? But most importantly, you're gonna change the trajectory of that young man's life. For sure, for sure. So, Mr. Dorsey, I'm giving you your crown today, 110%. Coach Slice, giving you your crown today, 110%. Because we do not get our flowers, you feel me, as we should as men. But I'm gonna give y'all crown for sure. Because y'all are kings and y'all raised the prince into a king. So I thank y'all, man.
That wraps up too. That wraps up Patriarch. I want to give a shout out to all the strippers at Gold Rush, Pinups. You are amazing. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry
Happy
Christmas,
Hanukkah,
y'all. Happy holidays.
Everything.
Hey, look.
I'll see you soon.
Look, we out, man. Thank y'all.